welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It's going to be Baron Davis and the Cleveland Cavaliers up against Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics. And I'll be back at the break with the HP halftime report. Until then, I turn things over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
The Cavaliers come into an Eastern Conference contest today. Great to be with you. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellum as 2K Sports presents this Tuesday afternoon broadcast of the NBA. State Farm presents the starting five. Look at who we've got on the floor for the Cavaliers. Baron Davis and Anthony Parker pair up in the backcourt. Jamison and Varejao in the middle. And it's Caspi in at the three, the small forward. And for Boston, Ray Allen and Paul Pierce on the wings. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position.
Yep, I think it's pretty clear the higher you get, the harder the fall is to the bottom. And the Cavs found that out last year as they tried to rebuild, and it was as unpleasant as a season could be.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Garnett kicks to O'Neal. Stolen by Varejao. Parker outside. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Top to bottom, no pun intended, it was horrible for the Cavs. First time a team goes from the best record to the worst record in a year. Steve, that's a dubious distinction.
Well, we all know why it happened. I mean, it's based on one man, LeBron James, so talented, such a great player. Once he was gone, basically the entire foundation fell apart for Cleveland. So we'll see what happens as they attempt to rebuild without their star.
You know, Antoine Jamison, after his injury, was coming off the bench for Cleveland, and it didn't quite sit too well with him. Eventually, though, he adjusted to it.
The first one falls. And Clark, for a star like Jamison to come off the bench, it's a big change for him. I mean, you warm up differently, you view the game differently, even if it is a part of injury rehab. So, Steve, it was an adjustment certainly for him.
Yeah, it was. It's always difficult when you're a starter and you're getting a lot of field goal attempts night after night to get moved to the bench. So for Jamison, it was an impressive adjustment that he made kind of on the fly. And I thought he eventually played really well off that bench.
Rondo dishes to O'Neal. Cavaliers with the rebound. O'Neal gets the reach-in call. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Here's Davis. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, a bit ago, Byron Scott and I were able to chat. We talked about the task of taking on an offense with so much firepower, and he was excited for his team. He said these are the games we need to get up for as a defense. It'll be a good chance to see what we need to do to keep improving on that end of the floor. Guys?
Great, thank you, Doris. So a little bit worried, Clark, about containing the opposing offense today.
Well, they better be. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons and scoring threats over there.
Steve?
Well, the way they play, I mean, they come out hard out of the gates, and you've got to be prepared defensively. You've got to be on your toes and be ready for that onslaught that you know is coming. How about the determination right there on that putback?
Cavaliers on D.
Wherever he's been, Byron Scott has had success. I mean, he took the Nets to back-to-back NBA Finals appearances and helped the Hornets get back on track as well. His winning track record was just what Cleveland wanted when they brought him in to be their head coach.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. Even though they had a rough year, Byron Scott, Steve, knows how to get a team turned around.
And when the Cavs lost LeBron James last year, they knew it was going to be tough. So Byron came in, did a nice job of establishing a program, establishing a style, and really keeping things moving forward as the season went along. It was a tough season for everybody, but I thought Byron Scott did a nice job kind of keeping them afloat.
He's picked up by Rondo. Davis, the pass to Caspi. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Not much resistance for him after that pick, Kevin. I mean, he had all sorts of space to hit the shot.
Here's Rondo. That's blocked. Cleveland has come out of the gates quickly. 4-point game.
Well, we all know Rajon Rondo is among the fastest players in the NBA, but he's really the only Celtic who wants to get out and run. This is more of a half-court team. In fact, Boston finished in the bottom 10 in the league in fast break points.
O'Neal. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Steve, you're talking about the Celtics and their slower pace, bottom 10 in fast break points. Clark, I guess that's often the case for more veteran teams. They don't want to get into a track meet.
Yeah, I think they've got to be more efficient in terms of how they massage offensive possessions. I mean, you look at Rondo, who is an absolute burner, but the rest of the starting unit probably better suited to a half-court game. And it'll be interesting seeing how the Celtics go forward because Rondo moving into his prime and obviously more effective in an up-and-down game. Will the Celtics acquiesce to who he is and what his best type of game is as they go forward?
Cavaliers making a switch here. Sessions is checked in. And he sinks the second.
Tough season last year for Cleveland. A disaster, really, losing LeBron James and then falling apart as a team. In fact, they couldn't even succeed against the weaker Eastern Conference, scoring just 15 and 37.
Now here's Sessions. Pierce with the steal.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instincts by making plays just like that.
Here's Allen. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Allen's got his first 2 points. Back of the Cavs, you know opponents could smell blood against them for a while, too, in that East.
Yeah, and I mean, they went through a stretch where they lost, what, 20-plus games in a row?
Yes.
And, you know, teams were desperately trying not to be the team that ended that losing streak, so they had a lot of things working against them, not to mention a depletion of talent and personnel from prior season.
With a coach, a brand new coach, and Byron Scott, who was used to winning.
Yeah, no question about that.
Tough environment, really was.
Very difficult.
And here's Rondo. Antoine Jamison picking up that last bucket. Rondo kicks to O'Neal. Second chance effort. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. And here we go. Here's Varejao, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, using his height advantage against the much smaller man, that was the right play to make there.
Ramon Sessions, in his year with the Cavs, was able to get some momentum and become a valuable part of that rebuilding team. I like what he brings to the point guard position, size and speed.
Caspi for 3. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. He's got 6. Here's Rondo. 1:07 left to play here in the first. We're getting back to Sessions, Steve. He filled in nicely when Mo Williams was out.
Yeah, I like Sessions. He's a good, tough player that can play either guard spot, can make a shot, can penetrate, and he'll defend as well. Beautiful offensive execution, and they're starting to extend this lead.
And they could run away with it if they get hot at the right time here.
And here's Rondo. And they get it. And he finishes at the rack. Rondo's got 5 points so far. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Davis kicks to Sessions. Jamison in the post, guarded by Garnett. Here's Davis, and another 3 for Cleveland.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right. And to battle back, they've got to shore that defense up, Steve.
Rondo dishes to Allen.
Shooting for Boston, Ray Allen will be at the line shooting 2.
That free throw good from Allen. Boston making some changes. Chris Ditchy's checked in for O'Neal, and Glenn Davis subbed in for Kevin Garnett. Cleveland also making some changes. Hollins is checked in, and Anthony Parker is subbed in for Baron Davis. He hits both from the stripe. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Sessions, looking for his first bucket of the game. With 2 seconds left, and that one's good.
Wow, hot start offensively.
Racing out to that quick lead. I mean, they're scoring and shooting with a lot of confidence.
Here's Rondo. Can't get it to go. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Cavaliers lead by 11.
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done two things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
More great action when we return. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Here is Sessions.
Guys, the record was 37-15 for the Celtics against the Eastern Conference last season. Still one of the powerhouses, not just in the conference, but in the league.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Ramon Sessions and Anthony Parker in the backcourt. Samardo Samuels is out there with Christian Ienga, and it's Verjao in at the center position. Celtics trail by 11. Let me ask you guys here, going back to the Celtics, eliminated by the Heat in 5 games in the playoffs. Clark, are they still a factor in the East?
Mm-hmm.
Steve?
Oh, yeah, they're still a factor. I mean, Miami is so good right now, but remember, Boston had an excellent regular season. They've got plenty of talent. They've got some good young players with Rondo and Jeff Green.
A monster throwdown. Wow. Boom. With that one, boy, they got the crowd buzzing there.
A pretty perfect play all around.
What a fantastic dunk to finish it off, too.
Here's West. He's covered by Sessions. They kick it out to Green. He feeds it to Kristic.
Boy, that's a wonderful read and react play to pick that pass off.
Green gets called for the reach. That's his first foul. Here's Sessions. Here is Samuels. Kicks it to Parker. Now Pierce defending. Just 4 to shoot. Pulls up. Again, the Cavaliers score.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Sessions against West. Davis. Sessions with the rebound. West picks him up. Here's Ienga. Sessions with it. Pierce covering. Poked away. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. Samuels. Parker. He passes to Sessions. Parker outside. Feeds to Samuels. Picked up by Davis. Here is Samuels. He's guarded by Davis.
And a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot. Roll it, roll it.
Sessions against West. West against Sessions. Hangs in the air. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
And the defender, the rotation came over, really seemed to bother him, and that threw that shot off.
The Cavaliers leading by 15. Here's Ienga. 13 feet out. Here. Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throw down there. Now that was unbelievable, folks. That is major bounce to the ounce there.
Yeah, he can fly, guys. There is no doubt. That guy can take off.
No doubt he can fly.
What do you call it, Clark? Bounceability, I believe.
Oh, wow, guys. Doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Well, you can tell he's hurting. Let's hope it's nothing major and that we see him back here soon.
Ditto to that. Injuries, unfortunately, are part of the game. You know, despite the fact that the Cavs really struggled and were a bit of a circus on the road anyway, they still managed to finish with a better road record than 4 other teams in the league.
Clark, what you said about the Cavs, I'm not sure if that says more for them or Stephen Hiller and the 4 teams they finished ahead of.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, they knew it was going to be a tough year without LeBron James, but the thing I like about Cleveland is they continued to fight. They went through that horrible losing streak in the middle of the season, but they ended on an upswing. They won 5 of their last 10 on the road, and they're trying to build something strong for the future.
Well, Jermaine O'Neal only played in 26 regular season games for the Celtics last year, and it makes you wonder, you know, how much does he have left, because he certainly has had some knee trouble recently.
Here's Hollins. Guarded by O'Neal. Here's Davis. It's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boston ball.
Celtics trail by 14. Clark, you know, you mentioned J.O. He can still contribute, but he has to remain healthy, which, Steve, has been a problem for him.
Boy, 15 years in the league, and it's taken its toll on Jermaine O'Neal, but we did see him after missing most of the regular season for Boston last year. We saw him be a major force in that New York series in the first round for the Celtics.
From 18 feet away, Green for 2 points.
Assist from
They are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
Can't get it to go.
Big lead on the boards usually equals a big lead in the game. This team is on cruise control.
Well, the rebounding differential is double digits already, so this is a team that just looks bigger and tougher than the opponent.
Parker outside. The shot is off, and the Celtics go with it the other way. And they're running. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
Davis down low. He lays it in. Davis has got 5 now.
You know, he got 1 step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Here's Rondo. The shot no good. So as
Thanks for tuning in here. Now we go back there. Kevin Harlan and the 2K Sports crew. The start of the third quarter.